Camera cages are essential to all filmmakers. Today I have a review from SmallRig for this Nikon D750 cage, so stick around. Well guys, I'm reviewing this cage from SmallRig. They were kind enough to send this cage out for a review for you guys to have an inside view of what this cage and this shoulder rig has to offer for you guys. Now let's start off with the cage. This camera cage is specifically made for the Nikon D750. They have other cages out in the market for different types of camera manufacturers, so be sure to check them out. But besides that, we have this cage that has numerous amount of mounting points on the left, right, and on the upper section of the cage. On the upper part, we have 1/4 inch 20 and 3/8 mounting points. Now, all on the other sides, we have 1/4 inch 20s that are pretty much the standards of all the threadings for these camera manufacturers. Now, what I like about the camera is that the offset of the camera is forward, so we can have access to our SD card slots, our battery tray at the bottom, and we also have access to our HDMI port and our headphone jacks and our microphone jacks. Now, as you can see, I can go ahead and access this SD card slot at ease. I can go ahead and remove any types of SD cards from here and put them in. If I wanted to have my setup, my rigging setup like I have today, I still have access to the battery tray. As you can see, I can easily remove and put a new battery in with no problem whatsoever. What we have over here, I have my Rode Video Mic Pro microphone. I can go ahead and connect that in. I can have some microphones to monitor my audio. But basically, how everything is set up, I find it it was well thought out from SmallRig. They took their time to build this cage, and what I love about it is that it's very tightly built around the Nikon D750. The reason why it's built like that is to be able to have a low profile system, so we don't have this big old cage around of our camera and there's not dead space around of our camera. But that allows us to have access. As you can see, I'm holding the camera right now, and I'll still have access to it like if it was a regular DSLR. I have access to visibility to my upper LCD screen. I can go ahead and still have access to my hot shoe, because the way that they built this cage, they put 2 tabs in the front. Once the camera is in place, it would rest against those 2 tabs so the camera does not twist off of the cage. That's what I liked about the cage as well, because I have access to my hot shoe, because I am also a photographer and I need to have radio triggers sometimes on my camera. But I still have access to my dials over here, these bracketing buttons, and I can remove and put a lens on without a problem. Now, they also sent out to be able to build this cage the way that it is a universal base. This universal base is meant for any types of cameras that have double threaded on the bottom of the cage, on the bottom of the camera, and it also has access to 15mm rods. This gives us accessibilities to these 15mm rods, because we can go ahead and then mount up either type matte boxes or the follow focus systems. But how we have it set up here is a Z-bar off axis, for we can go ahead and mount up our shoulder pad. This allows us to go ahead and mount our shoulder pad at ease, and I can take it off of this tripod system and I can go ahead and mount it up likewise. So we have our Z-bar that's off-accessing our shoulder pad, which is also from SmallRig, and we have access to record, as you can see. This camera cage is phenomenal, guys. I've been using it for the past couple of weeks, and I think that it is a great system for any filmmakers out there in the field of recording. And if you own a Nikon D750, go ahead and check the SmallRig out, because they have a ton of products to rigging out your filmmaking equipment. So if you have any other questions about our equipment that we're using from SmallRig, leave them down in the comment section. And in our comment section, we're gonna have links provided to all the equipment that we have here, and also to their page, so you can look for your camera equipment. I thank you very much for visiting the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one.